Thank you so much for staying tuned. Over the week, it's been about the South-South Governors Summit. They dropped the toga of political parties and they came together as one to discuss a particular issue that is of great importance to the South-South region. Don't forget that the West did that some years ago, was it 2 years ago or last year, when the Western governors came together talking about empowering that region economically. But this time around, it's like what is on the front burner for the South-South region, the governors in question, is that aspect of resource control. And of course, restructuring. People have been talking about it, knowing full well of what is going on right now in Zamfara State. Yes, the governors are the one controlling the gold, the resource, so to speak. And it's like the South-South also, they want a bite in that type of freedom, controlling your resources. But the big question now is it a constitutional matter or is just what it is? What can be done to really make this region vibrant? With me here in the studio to talk about this, I have once a commissioner, always a commissioner. A one-time commissioner for tourism. A politician and entrepreneur. Join me to welcome Honorable Larry Ogeva. Honorable, welcome to TMI Sunday's edition.
Good morning. Thank you for having me here.
Appreciate your coming. Yeah. All right, Edo State Governor and of course his counterparts from the South-South region, they came together led by the chairman, South-South region, talking about Governor Okowa of Delta States, to really talk about what is bedeviling, what the region really wants and what is on the front burner was the aspect of restructuring and resource control. They made so much demand, according to some persons, on the federal government. Now, with what really transpired in the summit, what do you feel should be the right method of approach?
Well, the demands, like you rightly put it, is at this point in time very, very, very necessary. And I don't think the demands are too much to make. If you go through the demands of the governors, these are things that are supposed to be done before now. Even the 19th independent constitution, and even the Republican Constitution of 1963, also guaranteed the regional governments to be in control of resources. It also empowered the regional governments, to do a lot of things for their people. It was after the unitary government, after the military coup of 1966, that led to this unification of the country. I mean, a federal system that is so compacted and, that the practice of federalism, as it is known all over the world, is, practically bastardized in Nigeria. So the request of the governments of the South-South is even belated, because look at the whole country today. In the South-South, we have the crude oil. In the north, middle belt is the food basket of the nation. In the north, to a large extent, the north is even producing food. In Zamfara, for instance, they have gold. And generally in the northeast, north central, there's gold. Now we are hearing that we are seeing that in some part of the country, they produce their natural resources, they keep it for themselves. Just in the recent past, this NSAS movement. Some people were saying the youth has the right to protest in the South-South, and in the North, they were saying they don't have the right to protest. So the whole country, there's no cohesion. You see, Nigeria is supposed to be a united country. But today, we are so diversified. We are so, bringing out our ethnic differences. We are now playing more to our ethnic identity than the national identity. So it is good that the governors of the South met and are making this demand that those who are the breadwinners or the goose that lay the golden egg should be allowed to also have a part, a major part of their resources. You see, in a situation whereby our rivers, our waterways, are so spoiled, and it's no more. We cannot even catch fishes. Our forests are so environmentally damaged that those who are not even here, not even seeing what we are going through, don't even understand, and they don't care to understand what we are going through here. So it is good that we sit down and discuss this matter, and discuss on how to share the revenue. A good example, I was reading in the newspaper a few days ago, where somewhere in the north they were destroying alcohol, beer, and things like that. Is it funny that you take VAT from beer here and you take it to Abuja? Abuja will share it equally all over the country, the states of the country, in the country. Whereas some part of the country are saying they are not drinking it, they are not paying VAT, they are not paying anything. Those that are paying it, you're not allowing them to keep their resources, you are sharing it equally. So that is part of the cheating. Look at our Ports Authority. The only functioning port in the country as of today is Lagos. We have Warri, we have Calabar in the south. They are lying dormant, not productive. You know how much the Warri port would generate just for the south zone, just the south zone. Not talk of the Port Harcourt port itself or the Calabar port. You know how many employment, the people that will be employed in these ports. Bet everything in Lagos. We are creating inland dry ports in Kano and things like that. So by the end of the day, we discover that the country is not functioning. It's not functioning the way it is. Because if we continue at this pace, we may end up, just killing the country. There is no money anymore. Nigeria is no more producing. Nigeria is no more, our crude is almost worthless. Nobody is buying due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Planes are not flying. Ships are not really moving. They are, in some countries, it's total lockdown. They are not buying crude for their industries and transportation. So nobody is buying our crude. So there's no money. We must devise a new way of, reinvigorating our economy. Because at the place we are going, everybody depending on the central to get the resources. Everybody depending on the central to give instructions on how to rejuvenate our economy. It will not work.
All right. Now, from what you said is belated, so to speak. People are like acting, even if you come together and talk about restructuring and resource control, that this is purely a constitutional matter. How true is that assertion?
Yeah, it is constitutional. The constitution starts with the word "we the people." The governors of the South were elected by the people of the South to speak, represent them. Now, if we elected members of the National Assembly, the House of Rep, the Senate, the senators to represent us, and we have governors from these states representing us, and the people are not coming out to say, we want restructuring. Is the constitution bigger than the country? Because the people makes the constitution. If we make the constitution for ourselves so that we live together in harmony, and the constitution that we create we made to create harmony amongst us is not functioning, then we have to go back to the drawing board. We have to go back to the drawing board and say, okay, what is wrong in this constitution? What is wrong here that is not making the system work? It is only when we come together and agree That is when this country can move forward. So it's not it's not just the constitutional matter. The constitution is not it's not rigid. It is not cast in iron. Even if it is cast in iron, you can even melt iron. So even if it's cast on rock, you can break rock, and So it is the people. We the people are demanding that the constitution has to be revisited. Those parts of the constitution that is not working now as it's supposed to work should be changed, corrected, so that we can move forward in this country. At the pace we are going, we are not moving forward. We are not going forward. We are not even dancing in the same circle. We are seriously backsliding, and we are on a serious reverse gear. And we cannot continue this way.
All right. Now, some of the opinion that the reason why there is this clamor, this call, despite the fact that it's been on for quite a while now, it has remained dormant until the Zamfara issue came up. Do you think that that was a trigger needed by the South-South region to come together to demand for restructuring and true federalism?
You say it has been dormant. It has never been dormant. There has been agitations, right from even
the time of Ibori, time of Lucky Benedion, that was when resource control was really hot. Yes. All of a sudden it came down until Zamfara came up.
No, it didn't.
With their gold.
It has always been latent. It has always been there. It didn't go down. You see, well, I don't want to say something wrong now, but when the NSAS issue came up, you think the youths just woke up one day and decide to go on the street to protest? It has always been there. People has always been fed up with the system. It was just, it is not even spontaneous. So when you say it has been dormant, it has not been dormant. People has been, this is a country where people are afraid to die. People are afraid to speak. Like I said, I'm just being very circumspect and careful not to, raise unnecessary dust this morning. We have people in government, the federal government, who we don't have railways in the South-South. We are building railways to somewhere in the Niger Republic. And we have a Minister of Transport from the South-South. We can go on. I don't want to, like I said, I'm just trying to be politically correct this morning. The point I'm trying to raise here is this. It has not been dormant. People has been agitating. People has been fighting for Nigeria to be restructured. What caused the Civil War? What caused the Civil War? Why have we between the 60s and the 70s, why did we have in this country recurrent military coup d'etats? What has always been the reason why the military came? So it has always been there. Restructuring has been a part of since I grew up, people has been demanding for a change in the system. So that it came out now, that people are more vocal now. It's not because I will give the outspokenness, the awareness today to the new media. The media is playing the new media is playing a very big role in bringing out these issues. Between you and I, we can discuss these issues in our own private sphere. But at the moment we discuss it and put it on social media, somebody else will read it. And maybe you have 2,000 followers, and those followers read it and they broadcast. So it is now becoming more open that people are now more aware and speaking about it. It's not that it has not been there, it has always been there. So the idea is for us as a people, for us as a country to really, really face the truth, face the reality and say the way we are going is not the right way. The way we are going is going to end up in a disastrous manner. We really have to sit down to discuss. Nobody is talking about breaking down the country. Nigeria is a great country. Nigeria is a beautiful country. Nigeria is a country, if put on the proper road, on the proper route, we have the right drivers. We have the right men, the people with vision, leaders with vision, who will drive this country to the right direction. We will get to where we are going. Nobody is talking about destroying the country or breaking the country into region or or balkanizing the country. We are talking about making the country functional. If regionalism or regional governments, I mean, you know, semi-independent regional governments or a confederation or a real practical federal system will make us get to our destination, will make us achieve our set goals and objectives, then why not do it? Why are you fighting it? Why are you saying no way we should continually share the oil money, and the oil money you are fighting to share is no more there? It's not there. You see, the way the world is going, there are countries by 2023, 2025, they are no more going to be using fuel to power their cars.
So now, if the oil is no more there, according to your comment, why are they clamoring for resource control if it's no more there?
Yeah, they clamor for resource. It's not only you think we are only clamoring for resource control because of crude oil. Then there is a big mistake. We have crude oil is just maybe I'm not an economist, but I think maybe to the GDP of Nigeria, crude oil may be as of now contributing to 60-70% of our GDP. But the point is this: the human capacity of Nigerians, what Nigerians can do if they are given the opportunity to excel. Look, there are countries that are not producing oil that are far better off than Nigeria. Do we need crude oil to survive? My forefathers never needed crude oil to survive. They survived, they lived well. Even agriculture. In a situation whereby you produce and it takes the chunk of your profit, the federal government takes it and shares it to everybody, it's not fair. So the Zamfara issue, yes, the Zamfara issue was maybe a catalyst. But the point is, the core, the crux of the matter is we must rejig the system. We must make sure that our children coming behind us do not see us as those who made life miserable for them.
Now, some of the opinion that the meeting of the South-South Governors Forum agitating for restructuring vis-a-vis resource control may hold no water because of the current situation in the country. How true is this? That is just a meeting of governors coming together. They may not even listen to them.
You see, those that are making these statements that will not hold water are the enemies of this country. These are people who don't care about the common man on the street. These are people who doesn't have the interest of this country at heart. But what the governors are asking for, like I said, is belated. It's too late. This agitation should have started years back. Not that they're asking for it. We should encourage them to go ahead and make these demands and stand by what they are demanding. Okay, take for instance the issue of community policing. We just saw, because the NSAS is the new phenomenon in Nigeria. We just saw immediately after the NSAS what happened. When I am in Benin, the police withdrew from the streets. We saw the mayhem. Even till now, in some areas you can't even come out of your houses. If that we have a proactive governor, a governor that knows how to protect his people, we would have been in a worse situation by now. So, is the issue of community policing belated or wrong? I'm asking those who are criticizing. Is the issue of saying, let us share what we produce or what we is, at our backyard. Let us get a fair share of what we are getting. Is it wrong? Or that the governors are demanding that they must be a part and parcel of projects, or they must be informed, and they must be given the necessary information, and they must be informed that what NDDC projects are doing, NDDC is doing in their states, respective states. Look at what NDDC is doing. Look at the roads they are constructing. Before you know it, when the rain falls, it washes it away. Who is to be blamed? And
these are people from the South-South region manning the position of this organization you just mentioned.
Yes, but the truth is this. If the people from the region are people manning it, and the governors are not even aware of what the NDDC people are doing, all of a sudden you see somebody coming up with bulldozers and constructing roads. The people that are supposed to supervise the NDDC projects are sitting somewhere in Port Harcourt, and they award the contracts, they leave it. When it is done, they go get photographs from the streets, from where they have constructed, and show it in Port Harcourt, and they get paid. No, you don't do that. If the governors are involved, they know where to prioritize these projects. They know where and who deserves these projects. I am from Oriomo local government. If you go to Oriomo, for instance, you see projects, buildings, constructed, completed, that are just overwhelmed because the priorities were not set right. So if the governors are involved in situating these projects, in which community and who gets it, the governors were elected, to provide this amenity for their people, so they will know what to do, but not somebody coming from Port Harcourt and saying, I will do it here, and that's it. So the point is that I'm just going from this, from one of these points to the other. So where in that demand and request of the Southern governors is wrong. Okay. So whoever is, opening his mouth and sitting somewhere in the comfort of his sitting room and making noise and saying it's not achievable is just an enemy. Not enemy of the South people, is an enemy of the country.
All right, now though we have other guests to really talk about this issue, tell me, people like saying that this is just to show political might. It's all about 2023, to tell the nation that the South is relevant, not necessarily about resource control. What do you feel about that assertion?
You see, politics is a game of demand. If I have political strength, and you need me to support you, you come to me. And I decide who to support. And I decide who to throw my weight behind. So 2023 is coming. If it is even political, I don't see anything wrong in it. If we negotiate well, and we get what we are negotiating, or what we asked for, what is wrong in that? So it is not enough to politicize the issue. It is more than politics. It is more than just rhetorics. For some people, it may be rhetorics. For some people, it may be political. But for the South people, it is life.
All right. Thank you so much, Honorable. For almost 30 minutes, we will be talking about this issue. We have other guests to really throw more light on this particular talk. He said something that really struck a chord. He said, even if it's political, to the South, it means life. But would this agitation see the end? Will it get to the end? Will anything meaningful come out from this or out of this agitation? Is it all about 2023? Is it all about showing might in the nation? Is it all about showing the relevance of the South region in Nigeria? My other guests will throw more light on it. Thanks once more, Honorable. Appreciate your comments.
Thank you very much.
All right. We'll be right back to continue with the discussion. Don't go anywhere.